Hey YouTube, MinnesotaEric, and so today we are going to fix my broken hydraulic tilting ram. This piece is supposed to be on here like so, and it broke off. Okay, so since this ram takes up the job of a side link, it's offset. It's not just a straight thing. It's offset on both the top as well as on the bottom. The bottom has broken off. So because this is, I realize these hoses are kind of in the way, but I'm trying to work with it. So this end is tilted up. This end here is going to be wanting to tilt down. Now I've put some paint reference marks. I don't want to scratch the ram, but I've put some paint reference marks. And understand that the ram's twisted a little bit here, so this isn't perfect. But I put one on top here and one on the side so I can locate this. But you can see that there is a downward angle here. And so what I'm going to need to do is I have to grind out the existing weld, but do my level best to try to match this. Now, I've got an angle finder. I'm trying to locate it as best as I can with my angle finder. And it's a bit of dead reckoning too. So I kind of end up with horseshoes and hand grenades, kind of a close enough kind of a deal. But I do have, when I'm looking sideways, a straight line as a reference. Now some of that straight line is going to vanish when I grind this out. But we're going to do our best to try to get this thing sorted out and welded on. While the weld on the yoke side wasn't too bad, you can see it here. It barely welded on to the ram, and then the welds weren't particularly thick on the yoke itself, but they did go all the way around and catch the metal. Where this failed is you can see it right here, and this is really just this little lip was what was welded onto the ram itself. Barely any material was really hanging on to the ram. Let me show you. As you can see, there's barely any weld that's coming up on the ram itself, and so what I'm going to do here is try to keep my grinding higher than this line, which is the extent of the ram, and I'm going to grind in about 1/8 of an inch V angle here to try to give us the best possible chance of grabbing as much material on the end of this ram. I do have the ram extended, so I'm not worried about heat transfer blowing out the bladder seals inside or the dust seal even on the outside. And of course I do have a hose at the ready, but I don't want to bring the hose into the garage because for reasons. Anyway, so I might weld this in not all at once, but weld, let it cool, weld, let it cool, weld, let it cool, because I want to manage my heat on traveling down and blowing out the bladder seals here. So that's what my plan is, YouTube. Hey YouTube, I got new welding gloves. So the old welding gloves, which Mark ground right into the finger that I drag along the steel when I'm welding, giving me a hot finger. These are now delegated to being the flapper disc or the grinding gloves. I should get ear protection. I should buy the kind of ear protection I had in the Army. It was great. The little clip-on things, they're awesome. Helicopter flies by. Ooh, smokes. You know, magnetic jaws when flapping is not the greatest idea. Okay, YouTube, you can see kind of how I'm fixturing this, and decided to get out my biggest, heaviest magnet. This guy hasn't shown up since, oh, when was it? Oh, it was the rotary cutter hassle factor. Oh, yes, the rotary cutter. That was indeed a hassle. Got the gas on here, just want to make sure I got something. This is probably all off camera, but I've got a little thing to stick my MIG torch in and hold it. Turn on the welding helmet. I like the settings, dig it, dig it, dig it. And again, I'm using my little torch and my brand new white gloves. I've got this thing fixtured as best as I can. You're a little tight. Anyway, we're going to come in here and we're going to tack this on up. A little bit on the back side. Okay. Get rid of this. And rotate this on the other side. Hopefully the camera is still focusing here. Focus here, camera. I can't tell, but I'm tacking this on 4 sides. And these new gloves are a little stiff to work in because they're first welding job. Right. I like it. I like it right there. Alright, I'm going to take a welding brush. I'm going to brush the carbon off this. And then I'm going to come back and hit it with the new Miller Multimatic 255. And I think I'm going to spray this with that anti-splatter stuff, so I don't have any chance of getting any splatter on the ram itself. Too much. I gotta shut that down. Too hot. That's crazy. Look at all that cut in there. Can you see that? That's nuts how that was cutting in there. Oh, much to learn about the new welder. Much to learn. And I gotta let it cool down too. Now, here we go. Oh wait. Okay, YouTube, so this thing really undercut in here. I'm not worried about penetration anymore. Let's see what happens. Oh, why is this not working? We're having a failure to communicate. Okay, let's try this again. Hopefully got a good ground. Huh, that's interesting. It really cuts in. I doubled back. God, that is weird that it welds like that. Let's try this again. That looks good. 1/4 inch setting. Huh. Faster feed speed. That's crazy that I'm having to do that. Okay. Wish I had somebody to roll this. I gotta let this cool.
That's... Need a little more shit in your garage.
You know, I ordered a 25-foot cable, but for some reason that's late. That doesn't look too bad. put too much heat in there,
Twister. Let her buck.
No, I don't want. There's a bladder in here. There's a dust seal. I don't want to overheat. You wouldn't believe this thing runs so much hotter than the other welder. Yeah, but it's when the heat creeps down. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Okay, that was a multi-hour interruption involving working on this thing.
Just stinking here.
Is it going to smell like Ford, GM, or Subaru?
Subaru.
And then going on a razor ride over a local watering hole to have dinner, and then another local riding. Anyway, then we hit a couple of places, visited a few friends, and then we went for a 2-hour-long fishing trip on the pontoon. Anyway, Eric just left. I'm going to get back to welding. So let's get back to work. Looks like it's welded all the way pretty good. I like that a heck of a lot better than what it had. Okay. Alright, YouTube, I've welded up the ram. I'm satisfied with the way it is. I had to do it in a number of parts, and admittedly I'm not the best at joining welds together to make it look like one seamless weld, but I can tell you what, this one weld is a heck of a lot stronger than what it had. It's not going to break. It's not going to break here anyway. Not at the weld. Anyway, I'm going to sell this thing. I don't need it. And so it was sized for a Coyote NX series, so 4500, 50, 55, and 60 series NX series can all run this without doing anything. It probably works on just about every big compact utility tractor. And I have no idea what I want to get for it, but it'll be slightly less than half price of whatever they cost new. So anyway, it is what it is. I got this thing out of, what is it, Michigan Iron? So whatever they're charging, a little less than half. If you're interested, give me a holler. I'll talk to you later. Anyway, hey, if you like this video, then give me a thumbs up. And if you want to see more, then subscribe. Till we meet again, YouTube. Bye-bye. How'd you burn your armpit? Well, I'll let it cool down again. Again, if the plasma cutting table wasn't in the way.
How do I make it not record?
Oh.
Relax, relax.